And welcome to tonight's episode of Methanol Madness. We are here live at the Ruapuna Speedway Clubrooms. A massive thank you to everybody who has joined us here tonight, as well as everybody watching online as we get into tonight's episode, as well as the front end challenge. I'm joined here tonight by my co-host of this episode, Josh Henderson. Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Louise. Good to be out here at the Clubrooms with a bit of action to come with the front end challenge a little bit later on, but certainly some stuff to talk about coming up this weekend.
And we've just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago, of course, the Sprint Car Grand Prix was had with the Midget Eliminator and the Wingless Rumble, as well as now we gear up for this weekend, which is, of course, the final doubleheader of the Ruapuna Speedway season. But to get the show started, as always, we'll kick off with the KH Fabrication Crash of the Week. And Josh, this one goes back to the Wingless Rumble that we had a couple of weeks ago with Caden Cracknell in this feature.
Yeah, Caden Cracknell going to the outside of Boyd Westbury down at turns 1 and 2. Just unfortunately biked it up on the sort of middle portion of the track. Got two wheels up and she was all up and over from there. Rough night for Caden from that point onwards, unfortunately ending his night there, but certainly had a good run going up to that point.
It was a great weekend there for Caden, of course, leading all the way up to that moment. I'm sure he was pretty disappointed with that as well, but a huge congratulations to Boyd Westbury for picking up the feature win thereafter. He was definitely the one to beat coming into that Wingless Rumble, but yeah, definitely happy to see Caden walk away okay from that one, albeit a little bit disappointed, of course, with his end result after such a great 2 nights of the Smith Racing Wingless Rumble. But that leads us into what we look forward to here tonight at the Ruapuna Speedway Clubrooms, and of course this weekend with the Gold Cups, as well as the BT Race for Mates and the Salute to Goodie happening tomorrow night here at Ruapuna Speedway. But we've also, of course, got the front end challenge being hosted here tonight. Josh, this is one that we always look forward to every year. It's nice to get everyone together in a social event just before this Gold Cup gets started. Yeah,
it's a really cool little event. We've sort of held it for the last couple of years now and had some real cool sprint car teams come and take on the challenge of replacing and re-putting the front end back in of our little dummy sprint car we've got over here, and certainly is a very competitive event. I think it was, 2 seasons ago now, it came down to about, 1,000th to 100th of a second, so it's all on for young and old, that's for sure.
It's definitely a great one to get everybody together and in the competitive spirit as well. But we'll pass along to AJ Batt now, who is going to introduce the rules of the event, the premise of the event, and we'll get started with our first team here tonight.
Thanks, Lou. So the front end challenge, it's very, very simple. It needs to be. What they've got to do, they've got to take both wheels off. They've got to get the front end out as quickly as they can, tap the front end on the ground, and then reinstate the whole thing. So the mark that we're aiming for is around 1 minute 57. Last year our times ranged from about 4 minutes down to that 1 minute 57. Defending champions Sockhold Motorsport aren't here to defend their crown, so we've got 3 more teams here joining us for that front end. A lot of strategy that goes into it. Who's going to stand on the left, who's going to stand on the right, and who's actually going to turn some nuts, bolts and screws and so on just to get everything out. But it's always a lot of fun, Louise, and the front end challenge, it certainly has got a competitive streak about it.
It definitely has a long history of being very competitive, as Josh just said before as well. Coming right down to the wire on some of these times as well is always impressive to watch, and it's always a hoot to get everybody together and to see who's got the better competitive streak out of all of them. So obviously looking ahead to tonight, we've got some different teams, some teams that we've not seen compete before, so I'm sure that that's certainly going to spice things up as well, AJ.
Yeah, so what are we going to do, an official draw, are we, or are we just going to throw someone into the lion's den? I'd prefer that. So we'll introduce the teams, and team number 1, we've got Kane Jemmett, Bailey Clive and Kyle Glover. That's team number 1. Doesn't mean they're going number 1 because we're going to do a real quick draw up here. The Knights, Martin Knight and Ryan Knight, they are team number 2. And then team number 3, direct from the North Island, Luke McClymont, Brent McClymont and Tyler Robbins. That team's got danger written all over it, hasn't it? So we'll give them a wee opportunity to have a bit of a strategy meeting, and then we'll do an official draw, and because they all want to go last. That's the thing. They don't want to finish last, but they want to go last. So we're going to knock that on the head, I think, straight away, Lou.
I'll leave that draw with you, AJ, and Josh and I will discuss a little bit about our last meeting that we had here. Josh, of course, the double header was full of chaos with the rain, taking it down to only one night only. So last Saturday was a pretty big meeting with an early start here at Ruapuna as well, but we saw some very deserving winners at the end of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. Going through a number of classes, of course, the Lightning Sprints, Midgets, the sprint cars, of course, out onto the track. So a number of wingless sprints, of course, for their rumble. So certainly, some good classes and some really good racing as well. We had some real surprise winners at the end of the day as well, with some really cool results. The sprint cars shone once again. Midgets put on some great performances. We saw in that wingless sprint clip things did get a little bit antsy at times, but man, was the racing phenomenal. Some of the heat races from the wingless sprints was just absolutely so good.
Yeah, of course, with all the weather that we experienced that week, the track certainly dealt up some cowboy up racing, and that was exactly what we saw throughout all of those classes there. We saw some real class performances there from Aaron Hodgson and the Midgets, and of course that battle there between Jonathan Allard and Connor Rangi in that feature, and Boyd Westbury pretty undefeated in that wingless sprint feature there for their rumble, of course, with Caden Cracknell crashing out quite early in the race. But between all of those races and the lightning sprints, of course, there was a lot going on to keep track of, Josh, but it was really impressive racing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, for me, some of the superstars that I took away from that weekend with Luke Brown coming down here for the first time, former New Zealand modified champion, of course, and finishing third in the Sprint Car Grand Prix. Just fantastic performance. Keep the pace as well in the heat races as well for a new track. To acclimatise so well during the whole night was really cool to watch. It's one of the sort of star performers of that weekend for me, for sure.
And of course we ended the night with a fireworks display as well, which was kindly sponsored these last couple of meetings here by K&T Drainage, bringing you those fireworks displays. But Josh, everybody loves a good fireworks display. It was a great way to end the night and a great way to celebrate those winners as well. Yeah,
no, that fireworks display is always so good here at Ruapuna Speedway. Got another one this weekend, so I can't wait for that. But it's been one of the real stars of the show for sure at Ruapuna Speedway. Every time we sort of get to the sort of latter end of the season, and K&T Drainage again continuing their support of that, which is fantastic. Certainly been a real cool asset to a little bit of sprint car and midget and all sorts of other racing that goes on at the track.
So whilst we let AJ wrap up on that draw over there, I'll just give a quick plug as well to, of course, in a couple of weeks, the supercars are coming to Ruapuna Raceway next door. And if you have not seen already on our social media posts, anybody watching live at home, if you have a camper van and you want to be close to the action, we are offering the pit parking here at Ruapuna Speedway as official camping. It's going to be the closest you can get. Of course, their VIP parking sold out incredibly quick. So if you want to get in, you want to be close to the action, and you want it to be super, super convenient for you, I really recommend jumping on, finding that post, or send us a message and we'll send you the link straight away. But yeah, definitely want to hop onto that opportunity. There's very minimal spots left, so if you jump on there and make the most of that while we've got it, because of course coming up is going to be a huge weekend. If you're coming out to the track this weekend, you will see that they've already started putting in all the infrastructure for that event as well, which is a pretty impressive sight. So jump on there and grab a hold of some of those spots while you still can. But AJ, are we ready with that draw?
With the draw, so what we'll do is we'll call one representative from each of the teams up here. We've got Team Knight, so so come up and draw your number, brother, and then because no one wants to go first. Number 2 for the Knights. So who wants to come next? Do the McClymonts want to come and have a go at drawing? And leave everything on the table, or I think we should invite Team McClymont. Rightio, Luke. You make a habit of winning round here, but I reckon this is the first time you don't want to draw number 1. The first team to start tonight will be Team Jemmett. And Clive and Glover. Thank you. So come and have a quick look, guys. Put together your strategy. We've got a couple of officials for tonight too. Our official referee is Daniel Fritt, and so he's going to make sure that the car is returned to a kind of race-worthy condition. And as always, our referee, the guy that gets the biggest number of pats on the back after every Saturday night at the Speedway, Mr. Mike. If I didn't get you the last lap, I'm going to get you the next one, Glover. So Mike's our annual referee for the Front End Challenge. So let's introduce the team. Over here we've got Bailey Clive. We're going to call him the team captain. And what's the strategy, Bailey, apart from getting this done quickly?
No strategy at all. We're just here to have a good time and drink some beers and try to put a show on.
There you go. You'll be after the winning prize then. What about Kyle Glover? You're not that used to tearing front ends out of cars because you kind of keep them pretty straight, but what's your plan?
Change nerf bar.
Oh, there you go. And this young fella over here, Kane Jemmett, I imagine you've got your job sussed. Who's the actual captain of this ship? Is it Bailey Clive or is it you?
Blind leading the blind.
There you go, blind leading the blind. This is team number 1 about to take on this year's Front End Challenge. Just getting their toolkit sorted. Radio guys, you're on the countdown from the referee. Go! Well, they're getting away to a steady start, you've got to say. Cole's looking after the panard there. Over here we've got Bailey. Off comes the front shock absorber. One wheel off the other side with Kane Jemmett. Here's another wheel about to go west. Let's hope the batteries are charged. Not much chatter going on. I think they're setting a pretty good pace. Here we go, front end about to come out. Remember, it's got to touch the ground and then back in. The split was 52 seconds. We are on record setting time here. 52 seconds the split. Now the hard work starts. Yeah, there is a little bit of chat starting to happen. Kyle Glover, he's orchestrating this thing from under the shadow of the front wing. Set up block falls out. It's going to cost us a couple of seconds. They're going good. Getting that front shock absorber sorted out there. Remember that it's going to get scrutineered once they've completed. Make sure that if it was going on the track, it's actually going to be race worthy. Just clicked over the 2-minute mark. Kyle sorting out the torsion bar on the right front. A little bit of trouble with that right front wheel. Oops, got to get a torsion bar on there. A torsion stop, rather. Of course, it won't go on the spline. There we go. 3 minutes 12.67. It's a good start. Give them a hand, folks. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, Colin.
Have we got another team arrive?
Yeah, we're in, mate. We've got 2 virgins and me.
Just write your names down there.
We're under here.
Yeah. Rightio, let's, where's Bailey? What was the toughest part of that, apart from James Selwyn wanting an autograph halfway through?
Oh yeah, the photographer, trying to show me the photo. James Selwyn takes the best photos in New Zealand if no one's had any photos of him, so definitely hit James up for some photos. But mate, I was trying to change the front end and you're trying to sell me, I'm already buying photos off you.
I heard you were the top ranked team. I had to do something to even out the playing field.
I think if the thing we've got to remember is that Kyle Kane and I are just drivers. We've got guys in the pits that do this shit for us, so I'm not too worried. We're just here for a bit of fun, drink some beers, have a good time. A bit disappointing that not many more sprint car teams came. Hopefully we can build it up to be something a bit bigger next year, but just happy to take part.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just cleared the letterbox for late entries and we have got one more team entered. So we've now got 4 teams that are going to give this a crack, and of course, by virtue of how it happened, they're going to go last. Right, the second team. Who have we got coming up second? This is going to be a tough gig. Yeah. So we got Martin, Knight and Ryan. So there's only the 2 of you, but I dare say from the TQ days, you know what this gig's about, except you never had one of these to bang your head on.
Oh, it would have been nice to have one of those maybe a couple of times, but yeah, we'll just rip into it, have a go, learn something.
You ever tried anything like this before?
No, not at all. Only in the garage.
Any tips? Did you pick up anything from the previous guys?
I think just try and be nice and smooth, have a bit of a plan and stick to it.
Beautiful stuff. So let's do it. Give a great big Ruapuna welcome to Team Knight. Rightio, we're in the referee's hands here. The 2-man band getting stuck in here. Marty on the left front. Certainly not much chatter going on between the team. Left front shock absorber's been loosened up. Here goes the Panarch. He's about to go west. I see how this is working. Marty's in charge of wheels. They're doing very well for a 2-man band here. Don't lose the nylock nut there, Marty. Rightio. The split 1 minute 07 at this stage. Little behind, but remember that the first team certainly wilted under the pressure. Okay, let's see if we can get this out. Undo the radius rod. Jump on it. Ryan waiting patiently for his old man to get done over here. Out we go. Here's the front end about to tap the ground, and in it goes again. The split was 2 minutes 06.57. Lot of coordination required between the two operators here. Great to have had the car provided by Royce Clive Engineering. Certainly a tougher gig for two people doing it versus three. But these guys are doing a damn fine job. Time for the shock absorber to go on the left front. Here we go, we're going to get some firepower onto it. Whoops, the block came out. Going good. Just about time to bang the wheels onto this baby. Ryan commanding the right front. Marty on the left front. They're certainly not all fingers and thumbs, are they? Here we go, let's tighten the left front up. Ryan's just having a couple of alignment issues on the right front. He's got that sorted. You got to be a bit brutal with these things, Ryan. Here we go. The Kumara is about cooked on team number 2. And there we go. 5:55.43, but give these two guys a hand because they gave it everything. What do you reckon? Would you get in and drive that with that front end being jammed back in it?
Absolutely not.
As one wag just said before the Southbridge Tasty Meats man, you never butchered this job.
Oh, hopefully not.
So there we go. That was team number 2. Ryan Knight and Martin Knight. Well, Louise, those guys certainly earned their keep, didn't they, with that one? But it's a tough gig for a two-man team.
Yeah, what a great performance there from our first 2 teams. Both of them really, having to work for this time, as we talked about how competitive this competition can be there, AJ, as well. But yeah, great for those 2 guys to get involved. Great to see the Knight family get involved with the sprint car. And I'm looking forward to what the next 2 teams is going to bring.
Right, team number 3. Boy, this is an all-star cast of the fast that we've got here from up in the sunny Mount Maunganui area. We've got Luke McClymont, Brent McClymont, and Tyler Robbins. I think Tyler comes from the other side of the North Island, doesn't he, Luke? Yeah, you guys are on. What's your strategy, Luke?
I know. Is that battery charged?
I've been wondering the same thing. So who's going where? We've got Brent's been around Speedway longer than almost everyone else. Have you ever done anything like this, Brent?
No, never, mate, but Luke's going, what's that tool on there? Because he normally has a steering wheel, mate. He doesn't have a shit show what's going with the tools in the pits, mate. So, and then Tyler, my daughter's partner, so he's had a lot to do with it, Tyler Robbins, and yeah, I don't know, we're just going to give it a go. It's pretty cool. Come out here and have a couple of beers and spill some Spanish. Yeah.
What about you, Tyler? It's not a Terminator.
Oh, well, I don't know what to do then.
There you go, folks. Let's give a big Christchurch welcome to Team McClymont Robbins. So remember, this is how it goes. Both wheels off. Get the front end out however you can. Tap it on the ground and go for it. I'm sensing we're up for a real barn burner of a performance this time. They're into it. Brent got a little disorientated there, headed for the back of the car. We've got Luke on the right front, Tyler Robbins on the left front. Wheel nuts flying all over the shop right now. Brent's looking after the small goods in the front, with the left front shock absorber about to come off. Oh boy, these guys are starting to really get into it. They are into it. Okay, so we're trying to get the bottom right front radius rod sorted. Off she comes. Out comes the front end. 1 minute 22. That's a pretty good pace. Oh boy, stuff's starting to fly here. Nothing subtle about this. Tyler getting the left front radius rod stuck into the axle. Oh boy, they're starting to really get into each other right now. Lots happening on the right front. Shock absorbers on. On the left front, looking at the location of a torsion arm here, Louise. They might have to flip it around. Whoops. Here we go. If in doubt, remove it. So off comes the left front torsion. But here we go. We've got that one sorted. Couple of costly seconds. They're doing a great job. It's actually a very difficult task, this. And the cheerleaders on the sideline are giving them plenty of jip too. Time marching on, time to tighten up that right front. Our scrutineer Daniel Frid having a very close look at things. So there's the right front wheel on. Time for the left front shock absorber. Desperation stakes as the clock keeps on ticking. Luke McClymont trying to get the drain the battery before the next team takes part. They've given you plenty of jip this time round, Luke. I reckon you should just about remove the battery. Here we go, left front wheel going on. Tighten her up. Now we're on the run home. Why is it that the studs never line up with the holes on the wheel? One nut to go. There we go. 5:49.34. Let's see if we can get a word from oh no, health and safety. Yeah, that's actually bloody tough, isn't it?
It's bloody tough, mate. It's awesome event you guys run, man. It was, yeah, we had a good laugh, and you know, when your head down's ass up, it's like these, you know, you can't say about these pit crews that work in the pits, you know, like these guys like Luke, he's got the easy job, mate, racing a race car, but the teams out there, the pit crews, you know, the guys that push the carts, everything, the officials, everything. So, no, it's awesome. Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, hey, is he walking home tonight? Because I heard a bit of chatter going on there.
He's talking shit or something, I think, but nah, it's always good, eh? I got a little bit of blood coming out there, but hey, when your head's down, ass up, you don't sort of hear any noise behind us, but I always watch it on live TV, man, but oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, it's good. Thanks very much, guys.
Great stuff. Let's give them a hand. What an effort. Brent McClymont, Luke McClymont, and Tyler Robbins. Now, this is going to be worth watching.
I think he reckons the battery was flat or something. I don't know.
So we did have one late entry. One late entry, and boy, this is going to be good. One of the... we got Ben Matthews here who took out the midget car eliminator a few years ago. You're still doing victory laps on that one, aren't you?
Yeah, well, look, we'll try our best, eh?
Yeah. Did you bring Dodgy Dave along tonight?
He's not here tonight, but he'll be here tomorrow, lunchtime.
Yeah, your team may struggle without the Karmatawa. So we've got Ben Matthews, Cam Moffat and Darcy McKinley.
Just noting, these guys have never seen a sprint car, so yeah. Otherwise, I'd be really good at fixing one.
Well, there you go. You're going to have to lead them along on this one, Ben. So Ben's racing a sprint car here this weekend, come down from somewhere up and where are you? You're in the Waikato or something, aren't you? Matter. There you go. Right, we might just give them a wee quick bit of time to acclimatise themselves, but that was a good one. The previous team there, you notice they were starting to argue and bitch with each other. That's just standard pit crew stuff.
I think that's true father, son, and almost son-in-law one day, I'm sure. But it's great to have all the families come together for this one. And the Matthews is certainly a well-known family, but they're actually not going to be our last entrant tonight, AJ. I've had a little whisper in my ear that there's a certain Joel Myers Jr. standing over there who's going to be on our next team. So 5 teams in tonight's front end challenge is a pretty good effort.
We'll take all comers. We sure will. So Ben's just giving them the last minute instructions. Rightio. Looks like we've got a slightly different strategy on this one. One guy watching with the clipboard maybe. It's chaos. We've got the left front off. Ben Matthews doing an outstanding job here. This point, Ben's doing a lot of hard work. Cam and Darcy in there offering their expertise, if that's what it is. Right. This is actually looking pretty good. Ben Matthews is rolling out the instructions and the boys are not wilting. The pressure is on. Panhard Bar gets undone. Here's the front end coming out. Good time, right on 1 minute. Oh boy, they're cranking it up. Yep, here we go. Yeah, these boys weren't going to get caught out with the torsion bar. The pace is a scorcher. We're getting the shock absorber onto the right front. Ben's got the wheel going in place on the right front. We've just gone across the 2-minute barrier. Fast time so far is 3 minutes 12.67. Anything can happen. Of course, Ben's team had a big rebuild job through the week, so they're pretty familiar with this. So we're tightening up the shock absorber and the radius right on the front. Wheel about to go on. Then we've got a torsion stop sitting over here for the left front. We've lost one of our nuts. We're at the 3-minute 20 mark, so they're sitting in second spot, but she's just about done. It's waiting for the left front torsion stop to go on. Oh, there, that's it down there, I think, Ben. Here we go. Brute force will get that one on. There we go. Give them a hand because a couple of these guys apparently don't know what they're doing. 3 minutes 49.54. Put your hands together for Ben Matthews and his team. So Ben, I'm not going to fall for your story, they don't know what a sprint car is, but you're certainly having to marshal the troops.
Yeah, look, I've done a few of them in my time, so yeah, we know what we're doing.
Yeah, great stuff. So they're currently sitting in second spot, and do we indeed have a third team coming our way, Louise?
We do indeed. Joel Myers Jr. has put his hands up for a late entry there alongside Crusher there from Team Daltons, so I'm sure that the two of them have potentially been sitting here in frustration watching everybody else do them and know that they can do them faster. I'm sure that we know how competitive these boys can be, and again, they had a bit of practice in their time, so I think we'll let them get into it, AJ.
So there's just the two of you there, Joel?
Yeah, I think me and Crusher have changed plenty of front ends in the last couple of years, so we'll see how good we are.
Great stuff. Who's your teammate here?
Kyle from the Allard team, so yeah.
There we go. This is going to be a good one to watch. Remember, we've had a couple of, through the years, a couple of two-man teams giving it a crack. So thanks for joining. The letterbox is now closed, so no more late entries, Louise. So let's see how we go here. Joel, yeah, he'll have a strategy. He has a strategy for everything. Rightio, we're in the referee's hands. They're racing, getting the front end out in this year's front end challenge. Current record 1 minute 57.39. We haven't exactly threatened that tonight, but the night is not yet over. Well, it's a good start. We've got both wheels off. Joel's concentrating on the left front here. There goes the shock absorber. The panard's coming off. Boy, he's certainly got the wick turned up here. Some good chat going on between them too, making sure that they're both aligned in what they're doing. There goes the radius. Just a little bit snagged up on the panard. This is a good split. 51.74 seconds. Whoa. Determination is written all over Joel Myers' face. Just check him out. He's just wants to get this done. Yeah, giving out the instructions still. Oh. Wheel going on the right front. Yeah, look at this. Boy, he's working hard on this left front radius right on the panard. Here goes the shock absorber. It's going on. What a well-oiled machine we've got here. Those troublesome left front wheel nuts going on. There we go. Two minutes 37.08, but for a two-man band, that was good. So our winners for this year's we've got a bit of a challenge going on over here. These boys don't want to win. What are you going to do? You're going to share the bar tab. There you go. It's first equal, but the quickest time was Kane Jemmett, Bailey Clive, and Kyle Glover. Yeah. So as always, a whole lot of fun there, Louise, with that front end challenge, and those last minute entries certainly added some sugar and spice to it.
It sure did there, AJ. Josh, that was certainly pretty close there with those teams coming in there. And as I said earlier, very, very competitive. But I think one of the funnest parts of this night, which you probably only really get to grasp if you're here in the club rooms here tonight, but it is the camaraderie between all of these boys. Everybody crowds outside this door here and yells and tries to throw off those teams. And that's what makes the beauty of the front end challenge, Josh.
Yeah, it's a real fun night, isn't it? It's you kind of get all these sorts of teams coming out and giving it a real good crack. And as you say, the camaraderie and all of the little throw-offs as it goes through the night. It's always good fun. Certainly you can see the strategy go through some of the teams as well, and it certainly gets to the point where you get to put the front end back on. It gets to get a little bit more tricky, but some of those teams definitely found that out, and they did very, very well with that.
Strategy is key in this one, but of course this is an episode of Methanol Madness presented by the Ranch Bar and Grill, so we still have to give out our share and win giveaway winners for this weekend. Of course, every meeting we give away 10 passes to the evening, which of course this weekend goes to Friday night with the BT Race for Mates and the Salute to Goodie as well. So on the episode right now, we're going to roll the winners. The winners of this week's share and win competition: Vaughan Chatterton, April Ambrose, Brian Campbell, Wayne Hawker, Maddie Maguire, Kayla Marie, Jean Broomhall, Tony Dillon, Jackson Clements, and Greg Jordan. A huge congratulations to those 10 names that you have picked up one adult pass to tomorrow night here at Ruapuna Speedway. That'll be available for you to collect at the VIP window of the main gate, which opens at 4 p.m. tomorrow. But Josh, of course, this all leads into our preview of the week, which is of course the Gold Cup that we have been talking about for many, many months here at Ruapuna Speedway. The season finale, it's always a big one. So we'll get started with some of these entry lists, looking at a huge field of quarter midgets here.
Another really big field of quarter midgets. 26 cars entered for this one, and mostly comprised of South Islanders, which is awesome. Some real highlight names to take out. Bailey Benson, his final start in the quarter midget comes this weekend. Jackson Clark again, looking for some more victory lane celebrations. And Isabella Hendry, we talked about her last week. She's been on real good form as of late, so certainly some really good competitors. And again, we talk about the entries quite a lot, but man, is it so good to have so many cars here.
Yeah, the field is certainly impressive, and that has not wavered all season at all. We've also got the Lightning Sprints who are competing on Saturday night at Ruapuna Speedway as well. Another really solid field of those as we've seen all season here, but definitely quite a few that are going to be chasing that victory lane there, Josh.
For the season to get a little bit of a victory lane celebration. Sean Shilton's been on it all season long. It'll be good to see him take out a victory in the Lightning Sprints this season, but as you know, there or thereabouts, so definitely been on the money. Some other names that sort of come to mind: Jaden Fraser, of course, again coming down from Invercargill to support the club, which is awesome. Brad Hinton's been there or thereabouts this season, but of course the real favourites: Cooper Forbes, Connie Mackay, of course Clay Polio as well, and Brett Booth, of course, been the real star of the show this season so far for Lightnings.
Definitely very hard to look past Brett Booth at the moment in that class. We've also got a really stellar field of TQs, which includes the 3NZ of Caden Barker, of course bumping up there with the 2NZ, Lockie Brett, local driver, and then of course a few travelling cars there as well with Jaden Corkle coming from Nelson, Cohen Thompson coming from Greymouth, but another really stellar field of TQs, Josh.
Yeah, good to have Caden back. It's been a couple of years since we saw him. The last time we saw him, I believe, was at the New Zealand TQ Championship we had here. So fantastic that Caden's coming back and supporting, of course, the BT Race for Mates for the TQs this weekend, and then, of course, their Canterbury Championships on Saturday. But, you know, also really cool to see Jaden Corkle coming back. Really big supporter of the club, which is awesome. And, of course, the usual runners. Going to be hard to pick a winner. There's so many good cars in that.
Of course, the BT Race for Mates there is a favourite for the TQ class as well. It's great to have both the midgets and the TQs involved in getting to honour Bryce Townsend and the New Zealand Mental Health Foundation for that one as well. But a couple of pretty big classes there to end off, Josh. This midget field is absolutely stellar.
Yeah, 26 midgets. How good is that? So many numbers of midgets. 28 on the Saturday as well, so add an extra 2 cars to that. But some really good travelling cars coming down for this one, including Brad Mosen. Been a wee while since we've seen Brad back here at the track, but certainly going to be great to see Brad back in the midget. Jacob Mitchell, of course, returning after last meeting, his second meeting in the midget this season, so it'd be good to see him back. A couple of other notables in there. Luke McClymont, of course, we just saw her take on the front end challenge. The winner of the BT and the Gold Cup double last time we had it, Alec Inslee, also coming down as well, so certainly some real quality fields in there. Other notables, Mitch Fabish, another one that's come down, of course, X3NZ, so yeah, it's going to be all on.
And looking further through that field, again, of course, local favourites. Ben Morgan's been really good. Liam Makubi, as you just said there. And the travelling cars as well, you've got Tyler and Kale Robbins coming down as well. Defending Gold Cup champion from last year, Jeremy Webb. And, of course, Alec Inslee, always one to watch here at Ruapuna. Those guys have always had some pretty good luck. And Luke McClymont, always one for the podium here at Ruapuna, whether it's a wingless or a midget. So we hope that all of those guys that have travelled down, of course, the ferry and the cost of diesel and fuel right now is pretty astronomical, so we do appreciate everybody making the trip to come down here. But the sprint cars for the R&R Duff Sprint Car Gold Cup, Josh, always a big one, and it's great to have a couple of really solid names in here.
Yeah, of course, Jock Goodyear probably headlining the field, of course, and Joel Myers Jr. joining him. Jock coming for the first time here at Ruapuna Speedway, the current Australian sprint car champion. Been on a real good stretch of form lately. Got a couple of feature wins in Australia the last weekend, so certainly been on a real stretch of good form, driving that Michael Pickens car. So certainly a no-slouch car and no-slouch driver combination. Looking forward to seeing how that one goes. We briefly mentioned Joel Myers Jr., of course, again saw him in the front-end challenge. Again, we saw Joel briefly at the start of the season and took out a couple of feature wins and retained a number on the car, 2 NZ this year now. And a couple of others, Jonathan Allard, won the Sprint Car Grand Prix, been really solid here over the last couple of meetings, so watch out. But certainly Luke Brown been my sort of star of the show the last couple of meetings. Will be really interesting to see how Luke goes after a bit of experience on the track now.
Yeah, a couple notes on those Gold Cup wins too there. Jonathan Allard, currently the winningest Gold Cup sprint car driver in the history with 3 wins. If Joel can put it all together on Saturday night, he will tie Jonathan, and Joel will be the first to go 3 in a row as well. So there's plenty on the line amongst this field. Connor Rangi's been in outstanding form. Of course, Jock Goodyear definitely going to be one to watch as he adapts to the track and adapts to Michael's car as well. But looking back through the field, Zach Sokol's been really good this season as well. And of course, it's really hard to look past Jonathan Allard.
Well, that's right, and yeah, Allard, of course, got the most recent feature win here. That Gold Cup, we've talked about it briefly, it's only been won by 2 Kiwis in the last 9 years, that being Jamie McDonald and Stephen Taylor. So the Kiwis certainly got something to go for at the weekend coming up. But yeah, you talked about Zach Sokol, been fantastic. It's been great having him here over the last couple of meetings and put on some really good shows. Caleb Bourne, that last feature race, drove from all the way up to the back, all the way up to a top 5 position as well. Another one that sort of comes to mind is Bailey Clive. That team has been really pedaling along, getting some good performance out of that car as of late, and been fantastic to see what they've been able to do with it.
And of course, one we haven't mentioned there, Max Guilford is returning to Ruapuna Speedway this weekend. It's the first time we've seen Max this season. He's been racing overseas. He did winter in America, summer in Australia, and we're really happy to have Max back here at Ruapuna Speedway, an absolute fan favourite and one that is yet to win a sprint car feature here at Ruapuna as well. So the list goes on and on. That is, of course, the R&R Duff Sprint Car Gold Cup and the Run Acres Insurance salute to Goodie for them this weekend. Graham Hill Roofing is presenting the Midget Gold Cup with the BT Race for Mates on Friday for the midgets and for the TQs, as well as their Canterbury champs. There is a lot on the line this weekend, but AJ, some final words from you, my friend, as we wrap up this season here at Ruapuna Speedway, and man, it has been a phenomenal one.
Yeah, it's been a great season, hasn't it? But this is absolutely the icing on the cake, Lou. The midget car field has got me really excited, and I'm so looking forward to that. The BT for Mates, a lot of people have a vested personal interest in it because so many of us were very good friends with Bryce. But, you know, it's a great cause, the mental health awareness, and the midget car drivers always come out in force for this one. The Sprint Car Gold Cup, look, you know, awfully disappointing that we lost Michael Pickens through injury and Jamie Duff likewise, but it's still a stellar field, and when you've got the Australian champion Jock Goodyear coming in, I saw him race up in the States a couple of years ago, and this guy is something else. Joel's going to have to really pull something out of the bag because this is a very stern challenge heading his way, but don't write the rest of them off because you know, it's a really good, strong field, and I sense we're going to have a boil-over result. We're due for one in the Gold Cup. Haven't had one for a few years, but what a weekend of racing we've got here. The weather forecast is just absolutely primo. We couldn't ask for better, and 2 words, make it 3. Bring it on.
Absolutely. Well, my thank you to AJ Bat for hosting tonight's front end challenge, of course, and a massive congratulations to the winners and a huge thank you to everybody who joined in. But Josh, thank you for joining Methanol Madness. It's been a while since we've had you on the show, but great to be here and we're looking forward to an awesome weekend.
Good to be back. Thanks, Louise. It's been really cool to see what the front end challenge has developed into as a bit of a social event, and we're really looking forward to this weekend. Some great racing on the line. Can't wait to get started.
Well, that wraps up tonight's episode. This is episode 10 of Methanol Madness, presented by the Ranch Bar and Grill. We will have one more after this coming in a couple of weeks to wrap up the entire season here at Ruapuna Speedway. And we are really looking forward to getting underway for these Gold Cup Speedy Race for Mates Salute to Goodie fireworks show on Saturday night as well. Remember, if you can't be here to join us, we will be live on rjptv.co.nz. That's for both Friday and Saturday. If you want to skip the queues or buy a double pass, head to ruapunaspeedway.co.nz to grab your tickets online there. But until next time, keep your foot up it.